Hello guys and welcome to another vlog, and today we are driving the Honda WRV with us, and let's begin with the engine part of the car. So let's open the hood. And being a part of the Earth's green technology, Honda has made new engines for every car, and this is also a new engine. It's a 1.5 liter inline 4-cylinder diesel motor which produces 98 horsepower and 200 newton meters of torque. And the engine bay is quite neat and clean, and it's quite spacious as well. So let's close the engine bay, and this is the design of the car. And after the facelift, it gets some more bold chrome treatment done over here, and these are the lights. It's a projector setup with an halogen light. It's not a complete project LED lights, and the indicators, these are the turning lights, and the fog lamps are LEDs, which is quite nice. And overall the look of the car is quite nice. And let me tell you the cars it compete with, and they are the Ford EcoSport, Maruti Suzuki S-Cross, and the XUV 300. These are the cars this car competes with. And down here also it gets a chrome line, and the bumper gets a silver treatment done on it. And overall the look of this car are quite sporty, and the wheels look just fab of this car. Yeah, the design of the wheels are fab, and these are Michelin rubbers, and the size of these tires are 195 60 16-inch rims. And just look at the design of the tires, just look fab of this car. And the wheel arch is done quite nicely to give it a more SUV look, and it gets side wheel arch, side body cladding as well down here. And the door handle gets chrome treatment done on them, and it gets request sensor on both the doors. So just press the button and the car unlocks. And this is the outside rear view mirror which gets an indicator on it, and it's not attached to the body, so again it gets a sporty treatment done over there. And overall the looks of the car looks very nice. Look at it. It's not a quite a long car. It's 3,999 mm long, so it comes into sub 4 meter category. And here's the boot lid. We have to open it from inside. It gets a 40 liter boot fuel tank capacity, and the mileage this car claims is 23.7 kilometers per liter by ARAI of this diesel manual. Yeah, it's a ID Tech diesel manual VX, which is the top of the line variant, and the cost of this car is 13 lakhs on road driver. Yeah, it's all 13 lakhs on road driver. So let's open the boot of the car. So it's quite a light boot. The hood is also quite light, so you can open them easily. And it's a 363 liter boot, and down here it gets a spare wheel, which is a steel wheel, and some toolkit over here. And there are none of the light. It gets one light over here, and the warning triangle. It's quite a decent size boot. It also gets a partial step, which is missing in the XUV 300. So let's close the boot, and it's a quite light boot, so quite easy to do so. And these are the reverse parking sensors. It gets a reverse parking camera as well, and again a bold chrome line over here. And the lights also look quite cool of this car, as you can see. And this car gives a more premium look than the cars such as the XUV 300. It gives a more premium and a more sophisticated look. And the roof rails looks also very nice. The silver treatment with black looks very fab indeed. So let's get to the rear seat of the car, and the rear seat is quite a highlight over here because the space on offer is tremendous amount of space. Yeah, just look at the space on offer. It's huge. The space is more over here than the Verna. Verna gets just half of this much space. And over here on the door it gets some silver treatment done, fabric over here, door handles, and the windows are also quite big in size. And these are the speakers, some humongous bottle holders. And these are the seats. Seats looks quite nice, but the headrests are not adjustable. It doesn't get leather seats in the top of the line variant also, and no center armrest as well. So we are inside. And the leg room, knee room, the under thigh support is a bit of a lackey over here, but overall the space at the back is quite fab. And the cabin also doesn't feel claustrophobic because these huge windows over here. It also gets a sunroof over there, and some lights over here as well, which are halogen lights. It gets a handle over here without any hook, but it gets a handle and hook over there. So that's how it works. So you can fold it back, And overall the space over here is quite nice. The center passenger doesn't get a headrest, but the floor is almost flat, so it won't be a big issue for the center passenger. But there are no AC vents at the back over here. And if you look at the dashboard from here, it looks quite basic indeed. And there are the controls. So let's get to the driver's seat for searching the features at the front. The panels of this car are quite light, like the door is also very much light. And let me tell you one more thing, that this car gets a Asian NCAP 4 rating. Yeah, it's a 4-star rating in terms of safety, so that's also very nice by Honda. And this is a driver door. It gets one touch up down for only the driver's window to lock and unlock the car, window child lock, and this for the outside rear view mirrors, and some big doorbells over here and speaker over here. It also gets tweeter which are placed over there, like you can see one over there as well. And this is the steering wheel of the car, and the driver gets a 8-way manually adjustable seat, and the co-passenger gets a 6-way manually adjustable seat. So let's get inside the car, and over here it gets some dummy switches along with the headlight leveler and a cup holder over here. So let's turn on the vehicle. So like over here is the engine start stop button, which looks very cool, cause when we turn it on, like right now it's in white light, when we turn on the car it turns into red. Yeah, that looks quite cool. And it makes some beeping noise right now, so it's off now. So this is the steering wheel of the car, a proper Honda affair, nothing new. So proper. And on the left side it gets control for the audio system of the car, and on the right side it gets control for the cruise control. Yeah, and down here some of the controls are for the phone calls. And this is the instrument cluster, same as previous one. On the left side tachometer, the center gets a speedometer with telltale lights, and on the right side gets a instrument cluster. So it shows some information like trip, your range and all. And over here are the controls for the headlamps of the car, and over here are the controls for the wipers of the car. And the fuel, and to open the fuel lid of the car, there's the control. And this one is to open the hood of the car, and these are the pedals. It doesn't get any dead pedal. So this is the overall interior of the car, nothing very funky over here. It's quite a simple and basic interior. So get some silver treatment around the AC vents, some treatment over here. It gets almost every plastic, hard plastic, because at this price point you won't get proper plastics or some soft touch material. But in the S-Cross, soft touch material is provided over here, which feels quite nice and gives a premium feel. And this is the infotainment system of the car. It gets Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you can also use the USB video feature, and you can upload your photos into it using a USB pen drive. And it gets Bluetooth and different many settings, and it's quite a sleek unit. And Apple CarPlay and Android Auto also works quite seamlessly in it. And the speaker of this car are just fab. The overall, the bass, the sound quality is very nice of this car. It gets 6 speakers, which are 4 speakers and 2 tweeters. And down here is the control for the air conditioning, which is quite cool and looks very nice. And this is how it works, and it looks very nice indeed. And down there it gets 2 USB over here. This is to connect a phone via Apple CarPlay, and this is to charge a mobile phone, and a 12-volt charging socket over here. It gets some space over there, and twin cup holders over here. And this is the manual transmission. It gets a 6-speed transmission in the diesel one, and a 5-speed in the manual one. So let me show you the reverse parking camera. So the reverse parking camera of the car, it gets different view, so you can change different views on it. But there's an issue in the gearbox, like it doesn't get any lock for the reverse, so you just push it aside and gets. But when you're driving and you want to get into 5th gear, so it's a bit tricky for the first time. You push it a bit harder or lower, so it's a bit tricky for the first time, but you get used to it. And it gets some silver treatment over here, gloss back. And this is the handbrake of the car, some space over here to keep your keys. And it gets a very small armrest with some space under it, and a 12-volt charging socket as well. And it's quite a small armrest, so the passenger can't keep their arms over here. And this is the glove box of this car, and it's not that spacious indeed, and it doesn't get any lights also in them. And this is the inside rear view mirror, which is a manually auto dimming one, and it gets a mirror over here as well without any lights, and same is the case over here, a mirror without any lights, and it also gets some lights over here, and this is for the light settings, and this button is to open the sunroof of the car. It also gets a sunroof, which is missing in its, which is the Maruti Suzuki S-Cross, but it is available in the XUV 300 as well as the Ford EcoSport. And the upper hand this car had in the Maruti Suzuki S-Cross, that it also is available in diesel, but the S-Cross is only available with a petrol option, and the automatic gearbox in S-Cross is just a shitty unit because it's a 4-speed automated transmission, which is a 1000-year-old gearbox, and they are not upgrading it anymore. And this car also comes with the automatic, and right now we are only having the manual, so we will be talking about this only. And overall the steering also gets leather treatment done on it, but the seat doesn't get leather treatment on it, and it doesn't get any leather on them, which is a bit of cost cutting in checking out. Its chief level gets in the top of the line variant, but this car doesn't, so it misses on that front. But overall the quality and everything is quite nice of this car, and if we talk about the comfort, it's also quite nice. The ride quality is quite nice of the car, and some of the, being a Honda, the driving dynamics are also on a upper hand than the Maruti Suzuki. But the Ford EcoSport is always be a much better car in driving, but right now in terms of power, the XUV 300 has it all, because it gets 300 Nm of torque in the diesel variant. In spite, this car gets only 200 Nm, so that's a humongous difference out there. But in the S-Cross, it only gets a petrol motor, and that petrol motor only produces 88 horsepower. Yeah, just think, a car of this size just producing 88 horsepower, that's very much low. So guys, this was the review of the Honda WRV, and it's quite a practical car indeed, spacious, and the seats are also comfortable. It's comfortable to drive. It's quite a reliable car. Being a Honda, it's quite reliable. The service cost is also quite less, and the average is fab. It nearly gives a mileage of nearly 20 kilometers per liter on highway, and it also stretches to 22 kilometers per liter on highway, and in cities it gets nearly to 18 to 19 kilometers per liter, which is also quite fab. So guys, this was Shubhodeep Banerjee today reviewing the Honda WRV. Hope you liked the video. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. So let's see you guys in another video really soon. Till then, bye bye and have a nice day.